Today we have all the major updates of mixed martial arts, starting with the news. Dustin Poirier thinks Islam is underestimating him ahead of UFC 302. In June, Dustin will fight Islam for the UFC lightweight title. It was a bit surprising because Dustin lost to Justin Gaethje less than a year ago, but since other fighters couldn't compete in June after UFC 300, Poirier got the chance. He feels ready to prove himself and is confident in his skills, even though he thinks his opponent underestimates him. Poirier is prepared to give his best in the fight. Dustin talked about it on the MMA Hour on Monday. Listen what he actually said.
Do you think Islam respects you?
I kind of feel like some of the stuff he says, he might not be.
Right, that's why I'm asking.
But Ariel, no, but I'm going to put my hands on this guy. I'm coming in there to hurt him, you know? Yeah, this is my last shot, you know? Mom spaghetti, let's go.
Are you putting that pressure on yourself? Do you believe this is 100% unequivocally your last chance at a UFC title?
When I lost to Charles, and I was at the press conference and I was being asked this same question, I said, I believe in myself still. If I have it in me, if I have the want to grind and do it again and climb the mountain again, I'll do it. And I did it. I think I'm capable of anything, bro. If I commit myself, and I can do it again. I know I can. I can do anything, but that's not the plan. That's not the goal. The goal is to do it now and finish this story, bro.
And by the way, I love it. Can you put that on a shirt? Your merch store has been great. Can we get a finish the story shirt? I mean, I feel like it's right there. Can we get that with the diamond or something? I don't on the house. Can you print that so I can buy it?
I'll get one made for you and I'll send it over. You can wear it June 1st.
Okay, perfect. The stuff that he's been saying, what has irked you? What has bothered you the most?
I haven't really been keeping up a whole lot, but when I was at the gym, Mike Brown told me, he said, man, I think this guy might be underestimating your jiu-jitsu and underestimating how dangerous you are. And I think what he's referring to is the interview of Islam saying this is an easy fight for me. Mm-hmm. You know, I was tagged in a bunch of stuff on Instagram and Twitter. Well, that's where I see a lot of the info of him saying that. And dude, I don't know, maybe he goes about all fights like that, but I can finish and beat anybody at 155 pounds in the world. I really believe that. And he doesn't have to believe it. I'm the one who has to believe it. And I'm the one who has to go out there and beat his ass. You know, I can do that.
Demetrious Johnson exposes shockingly low pay for UFC video games.
The very first check I got for being in the UFC video game was $25,000. Now, a lot of you guys are like, that was it? Guys, think about this. $25,000 to just be in a video game. I don't think Ryu has ever got a check for $25,000. So the next one that came out was UFC 3. And for this bad boy, the next check that I ended up getting was $12,500. Now, it's a little bit lower, but I was okay with that because the time frame of the checks were coming every, year or quarter. Wasn't too worried about it because once again, it's free money just coming to me. I did something, I think it was after my Ray Borg fight. They offered me the opportunity to be on the front cover. And that's when they came out with the Icon Edition. With me on the front, it says become the GOAT. So in order for me to be on the cover, I signed an agreement to be able to be on the front cover. And with me signing to be on the front cover, I got a whopping $10,000. $10,000 to be on the front cover, and it's pretty dope. The Icon Edition. I love every bit of it. Let's fast forward. UFC 4 comes out. I leave the UFC. I'm not part of the company anymore, but my character is still in the game, and you guys are playing as my character. Now, the next check I get in the mail is another whopping $25,000 for being in the game. And it's absolutely amazing because to me, it's something where your likeness is being used. And I think it's cool that the UFC or EA keeps on paying the athletes for their likeness, and if people are using me, so the data is pretty awesome. Me being in the game in 2014 all the way to 2024, the total money I have made is a whopping $72,000 and $500, a little change. I think it's absolutely amazing for me to be able to make that type of money without getting punched in the face, and you guys are out there using my character in the UFC game.
Jiri Prochazka responded to Alex Pereira call out. Before we jump into the news, I want to share that we're very close to hitting 500 subscribers. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. This will keep you receiving notifications for MMA updates. All right, let's dive back into the news. Alex Pereira recently said that Jiri Prochazka could be his next opponent. However, Jiri has responded stating that he hasn't received any official word from the UFC about facing Alex. In essence, Jiri is saying that he hasn't been formally informed by the UFC that Alex Pereira is his next challenger.
I didn't heard anything. I just said what I said in the cage after the fight, that I want to be the next challenger for the title, and that's something what's my opinion, and this is just right now. It's up to UFC when they wants to do this fight. I spoke with them by my manager, Tim Simpson, who's the same management with Max, and yes, it's right now is on the point to and I'm waiting for settling these upcoming fights, and I still don't know about my manager to confirm that, and I think about after July, August, or sometime something like that. October, maybe. It doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. If they want for me to fight in some short way, I will do that. I will go for that.
I was going to mention UFC 303 is Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. That's at the end of June. Would that be too soon, or would you want to fight on that card?
If that will be accepted by Alex, I will do that. I will go that.
Arman Tsarukyan's coach admits he's not good enough to beat Islam Makhachev. Back in 2019, Arman jumped into his UFC debut on short notice against Islam. Despite coming up short in a unanimous decision, Tsarukyan left a lasting mark with his performance. After defeating Charles Oliveira at UFC 300, Arman was offered a quick turnaround to face Islam at UFC 302. However, Tsarukyan declined the offer to give himself more time to prepare. In a recent interview on YouTube, Tsarukyan's coach said that he doesn't agree with his fighter that he is ready for the title shot, referring to how both men performed against Oliveira as his evidence.
Я с ним не согласен. Он должен шуметь для того, чтобы ему дали этот бой. Но я считаю, что этот бой ему вообще не нужен. Ну вот, посмотрев, допустим, этот бой, как подрался Оливейра с Махачевым и Оливейра с Tsarukyaном, я считаю, что ему не надо драться сейчас с Махачевым. Сейчас надо тренироваться для того, чтобы не просто подраться с Махачевым, а для того, чтобы выиграть Махачева.
А сколько ему времени нужно?
То время.
Махачева?
Ну, не знаю, но если сейчас начнет, он, допустим, восстановится, сейчас начнет тренироваться, я думаю, как раз у него есть то время для того, чтобы подготовиться к Махачеву, хорошо основать.
Stipe Miocic revealed UFC plan on Jon Jones' fight. Stipe revealed that the UFC initially planned his fight against Jon Jones for July during their last conversation. However, he now expects the bout to happen a bit later, possibly in November and maybe even at Madison Square Garden.
I would say the relationship you have with a lot of the fighters and let's just say the UFC as a whole is kind of unique, because it seems like you want to wait for the fights you want and you really don't care about the pay, you don't care about the clout, you want to fight who you want to fight when you want to fight them. Is that the case?
Yeah, I mean, I've been there, done that, just, there's one guy on the radar.
That's it. And you just want that Jon Jones fight?
Yep.
And then after that, are you done?
Oh, we'll see. I think I'm done after every fight since my first fight. I'm like, do I want to do this? And here I am again.
Have they talked to you at all about when he could potentially be coming back?
Yeah, they were talking about July, but that passed. So I'm thinking more maybe probably November again in New York.